So right here to my left, we've got the Asus ROG G703, and this thing, it's pretty freaking sick. Like, we were able to achieve 5 gigahertz overclocking all 6 cores concurrently. But can you really call it a laptop when it doesn't fit on your lap? And should we be making the sacrifices required to have a clamshell design for a machine like this when quite literally everyone is going to be using it on a desk? Well, Asus thought not, and over here at our early preview of CES 2019, here in our studio, because Asus brought the show to us, is the ROG Mothership, a complete rethinking of the desktop, ooh, it's still heavy though, the desktop replacement category. Private internet access. I mean, that's basically it. That's exactly what you get with PIA. And it's got loads of other features as well. Check it out at the link below. Okay, so I guess step one is to kind of open the thing. Oof. I've been informed there are tabs on the bottom. No, I don't want the answer. No, wait, no, those are little like, no, I don't want the answer! Oh, that's weird. So here's all these vents on the bottom here with some very hefty looking, dense copper fit. Wow, all the copper everywhere. Look at this freaking stuff. And this ventilated, perforated bottom here. And I was expecting that this thick side was gonna contain the laptop and then this thin side was gonna contain the screen. That's like sort of the way that laptops have sort of traditionally worked. Whoa, no, that is in fact the keyboard. So what the crap? So this piece comes down here, and then this is what? Speaker grills? Intakes? What is this?
Speakers.
Speakers. Hell yeah. Oh my God. It's a Surface for gamers. How about that? So instead of having the cooling of the CPU, the GPU, the SSDs and all that stuff choked out against the desk or your lap or whatever the case may be, they put them all up here. And the results? Well, they claim they are pretty darn impressive. Am I allowed to turn this thing on? I can turn it on, okay. Oh my God, it came apart. You can use it as an AIO, and you can just ditch the keyboard and or you can just use the keyboard as more like a traditional keyboard and it's raised. So check this shiz out. You can either just kind of adjust it for a different ergonomic feel. You got your trackpad on the right, you got your keyboard on the left, and then you can run a Type-C wire over to your actual like AIO computer with a screen that folds onto the front of it. I don't know what to even call this thing anymore. Or you can just flip over to wireless mode here, bippity bop, and you can like use it from the couch and you can have that hooked up to your TV or whatever the case may be. I mean, it's a pretty common use case actually for a laptop. I will find the power button at some point. This must be it. There we go. All right. Ah! Okay, this is a prototype. It's not working 100% here. Just gonna plug in this mouse. It's having a little freak out. Okay, I'm not saying I broke it. I'm just saying it's broken and I'm the last person who touched it, that's all. Where was I? So the original concept here actually came from basically like going like this with a G703. And then measuring how much better the temperatures of all those heat generating components are once you're not restricting the airflow by having them sitting up against something. So in actuality, this new device, even if it did have the same hardware, wouldn't necessarily run any cooler because they've gone and they've made it thinner to eat up that extra sort of thermal budget that they made for themselves, which isn't to say they skimped on the components because what's in here requires some pretty hardcore cooling. So it's rocking a 6-core Core i9-8950HK, an RTX 2080 that they won't let me look at all, like not even in Task Manager. They've actually gone and disabled it in the BIOS. Though given that we do know the model number and that it's an RTX 2080, we're expecting full-blown desktop performance. But computing isn't the only way that the ROG Mothership, by the way, that's what they're actually calling this thing, is insanely fast. So this will be their first mobile machine with greater than 1 gigabit networking. It's actually 2.5 G, which might feel kind of strange given that we went from 10 to 100 to 1000 to 10,000, but then now also there's these weird in-betweeners, but that's still a really nice bump. That's about 250 megabytes per second real world to a server that is enabled for it. So, I mean, it's not like you're gonna have to do that necessarily because it's got 3 NVMe SSDs in RAID 0 that also get additional cooling, by the way, due to the upright nature of the device. So these are so fast that Asus couldn't put all of them running off of the chipset. So 2 of them are directly connected to the CPU for a wild 8.7 gigabytes per second of data transfer speeds. I mean, just like, you know, it's not the most impressive demo, but, you know, just like booting up, like launching it, it's like boom, 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 boom. You will definitely feel the difference. It's faster than I can say Schadenfreude. I don't even know what that means. What did I just say? Is this a like German joke I don't get?
It's taking pleasure in someone else's misery.
Got it. The only problem though with the display is that when you have all of these components right up against the back of it, all that heat can be a very bad time. So to solve this problem, no wonder this thing is so heavy. They created this CNC machined heat shield. So this right here is what actually separates the display and all of the heat generating components. And guess what? This takes 20 hours to machine. Not to mention it costs a freaking lot of money. But I guess, you know, the monkey was just out of the bag and the engineers went hog wild with the robots because actually pretty much everything about it is CNC machined out of solid freaking blocks of aluminum. So this here is the back panel with the kickstand there. Where's the kickstand? The kickstand, yes, I believe this is the kickstand. Listen to that thing, is that not beautiful? Needless to say, everything here, there's a cost to CNCing, okay? Both in terms of materials and time, but there's a benefit. Even without the actual laptop in it, this thing is incredibly stiff. Like this is as much flex as I'd expect from a finished device and it's just a backplate. So, that's pretty much all we can say about it for now, other than a quick look at I/O. You got 2 power inputs, so that should give you some idea how power hungry it's gonna be. You got your VR port here, SD, HDMI, all that good stuff. Other than to guess, Thunderbolt 3, nice, that this thing is going to be extremely expensive. So let me know, you guys wanna see a full review of this thing? Yeah, you wanna see a full review of this thing. You know what, Alex? I'm gonna take away your desktop.
Oh, damn it. Why? But I like my desktop.
Right, and so you're gonna see if you can learn to like this.
Okay.
And I'm taking away your laptop. FreshBooks is the small business accounting software custom built for how you want to work. So if you're a small business owner or a freelancer, FreshBooks is a simple way to be more productive, more organized, and to get paid faster. With FreshBooks, you can create and send professional-looking invoices in less than 30 seconds. You can set up online payments with just a couple of clicks to get paid up to 4 days faster. You can see when your clients have seen your invoice to put an end to the back and forth, and you can take the whole experience with you on the go with their fully featured apps for both iOS and Android. So don't take my word for it. Try out FreshBooks with an unrestricted 30-day free trial at freshbooks.com/techtips. We're gonna have that linked below. That's freshbooks.com/techtips. Then make sure you enter Linus Tech Tips in the How Did You Hear About Us section. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't miss any of our CES 2019 content here at the show. Yeah. Can you believe I missed this part? Look at this. They've got the cooling solution here. It's massive. It's massive. Like, this weighs as much as a laptop. And there's no laptop in it yet. Good heavens.